Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and I hope you are all doing amazingly well today. So it's Thursday, right? Thursday. We didn't get to hang out with you too much yesterday because Andrew and I were running lots of errands. We're going to be running more errands tomorrow. Today is a day Andrew has his classes in Pittsburgh, so we're kind of on a break from errands today, but we will be running more errands tomorrow. So I don't know that we'll be coming to you live tomorrow, so this might be the last time for this week. But I wanted to say hi, and I wanted to show you some of my favorite gemstones from the store floor here, the physical store here at Allegory Gallery. These items, as many of you know, most of our items are separated, whether they're on the online store or in-store in the physical store. They're different inventory systems. So sometimes we have things in the online store that are not in store, and vice versa. And that's usually the case, actually. We have a lot of things that, you can leave that open. We have a lot of things that that are not in both places. Most things are not in both places. So every once in a while, I pull some of my favorite things. So these are some of my favorite current gemstones that we have in the physical store that most of them are not going to be found in the online store. So it's been a day. It has been a day of it. We've done a lot of packing and shipping. I'm still training people and working with people on new things in the store. So we have a trainee for the store floor, and we have a trainee doing packing and shipping. We just got into some of the invoicing. So when I send you out invoices, that's a different shipping system than when you order from the online store. There are multiple systems here. And over the years, it's just been kind of cobbled together in ways that we make it easiest for you all, hopefully, to purchase, and easy on us on the back end. Although as time goes on and we add more systems, it's becoming less and less easy on the back end. But so I was showing her the other shipping system today. And so you probably saw some of your invoiced orders, some of you out there going out into the mail today. We're playing catch up on those. We finally caught up mostly on all of the regular orders and in the online store. And we are attempting to get caught up on the invoiced orders. So that's where things stand as far as orders go, if you've been wondering. Now let's see, Karen says, you were on the road and your hair looked great yesterday. I hope it looks okay today too. But yes, we were on the road yesterday. So we did a quick live from the Lowe's parking lot after we grabbed some quick sandwich snacks and desserts locally. So yeah, it's been a crazy day. But I wanted to show you some gemstones today. Hopefully you like them. Now, this is something that's coming up more and more since we're getting a lot of new people on here, and we really love that. We love all of you out there joining our community. But one thing I will mention, if you are claiming things in these lives, a claim is a claim. A claim is not an I wish for this or maybe I'll take this. If you are sending us an email or a message claiming something, we expect that you're going to be purchasing it. And that is something that I think is getting a little bit distorted or not quite coming through. When you claim something, we are assuming you want them, definitely. Because here's what happens. For a few, if we have somebody who sends in, say, a list of 10 of these gemstones that I'm going to show you today, some of them we only have one of, all right? So if you send me a list of 10 and I package them up, and someone else sends me a list of 5 that they want, and someone else sends me a list of 3, if all of those lists have the same strand that there's only one of, and the person who asked for the 10 items was first, I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to tell the other 2 people that you missed out. I'm sorry, we sold it already. Somebody got to it before you. And then later when I'm sending out invoices, if that person who had a list of 10 said, oh, I only wanted to pick from 2 of those out of the 10. So what that means is that we now either have to go back, if we remember who ordered or tried to order the other ones, we have to go back and say, hey, do you want this by the way? Which mainly after they've already paid their invoice, most people are going to say, no, that's okay, forget it. So we lose that sale. So what I'm going to say is if you have a list of things that you might want, let us know that these are the things I definitely want. And if I don't get these, here are my lists of alternative things that I want. Otherwise, if you send us a list, we're going to assume that you want everything on that list. All right. Now, I know that that's a little bit difficult because things go in and out. Things are, you know, these happen quickly. We only have a limited number of them, but please, if you say that you want something, if you send us a list of numbers, I count that as a claim that you want them. This has happened a few times over the past few weeks, and I thought I just wanted to address it here. If you were sending us a list of items from these lives, we are going to assume that you want them, and we are going to turn away others if you got them before them. And so if that's not the case, like I said, send me a list of things you definitely want, and then below you can say, well, if some of these are sold out, you can replace them with these items. And then that lets me know that these replace with these items aren't things that I necessarily can't give away to someone else, okay? So, like I said, that's come up a few times. I just want to make sure that everyone's happy and that everyone gets the things that they want, because that's what's important to us. Of course, we want to make sales. That's important to us all the time too. But we definitely want to make sure you get what you want. And I feel really, really bad if we're holding something for someone and they say, oh, I really don't want that. I really don't want it. So then we have to either go back and try to find out who it was, like I said, that wanted it in the first place. Or by that time, my brain is usually fried after sorting everything out that I totally forget anyway. So if you send us numbers, if you send us items, just know that you are sending them to us saying, I am buying these. All right. And if you're not buying these, say, I am buying these. But if you don't have these, you can replace it with any of these down below. All right. And that'll help me know. So I just wanted to address that and say that right off the bat here before we get into looking at a few things. I hope your week's going well out there. Ours is busy. It's going to be busy for the next month. We got our wedding date. We have an officiant for the wedding. We're waiting on the license to come in. So everything crossed that everything goes well there, right? It's going to be on November 5th. Friday, November 5th at 2 p.m. here in Ligonier. And we're super excited about that. So that's going on. We have Halloween coming up soon, which we always have merchant night, generally where we give candy away as merchants. So we have that coming up. We have our wedding. Then we have the Great Bead Extravaganza coming up the weekend after our wedding. Then we have, we would have Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. So those are all coming up before the end of November. And then we get into the holiday season right in that time. So it's busy, and we thank you out there for keeping us busy. Sales are a little slow yet. They haven't picked up again for the holiday season. That generally happens after Halloween. So after Halloween generally kicks off the local shopping for holiday season. So we're excited about that all happening too. Let's see who is out there. What is going on? Donna's out there. Hello, Donna. Hello, Robin. Hello, Julie. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Cindy. Thank you all for joining us today. And like I said, I'm going to show you some of my favorites today from the store floor. We're going to do this pretty quickly today because, like I said, we are crazy busy. I wasn't even sure I could fit this in today, but since Andrew's at his class, I figured I would just do this, right? We have a lot of cleaning in the house to do, but we're sorting through beads. We're trying to sort through everything so that we can take it over to the studio in an organized way. And Andrew does not, I can guarantee you, want me sorting his beads. So I kind of have to wait for him to be home to continue with that process. So I figured I would do this a little bit in between. All right. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to take a look at some of my favorites. And let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's do this. You're going to see the ceiling for a little while. Just for a little bit till I get this all situated and flipped around. And then I'm going to flip the camera here in just a moment. As you can see my head. There we go. And right off the bat, I wanted to show you a new thing that we just released, if you missed it. So this is a special luxury bead blend that Andrew has put together. Inside of this, you have some check glass, you have some vintage sequins, you have some of that beautiful moon glow, moonlight plastic, vintage plastic. Lots of beautiful things in here, some crystal, check glass crystal, lots of lovelies in there. And what we're doing, normally our luxury bead blends are $10 each. And this one, I think it's 15. It's either 12 or 15. I can't remember what I put it at. I think I did it at 15 because this is a fundraiser. And we're doing all the money generated from these sales is going to the Susan G. Komen Organization for Breast Cancer Research and Awareness. And we are donating the entire amount. So I think these are $15. $15 off of every sale will be going to the foundation. We are covering the cost of goods in these, and we are covering, you will cover the shipping. The shipping will be added on to that. So that's the only money that we're not giving away is the shipping money, but we're covering the credit card fees that are taken into consideration for these, and also like I said, the cost of goods. These are on us, and any money that you use to purchase these items will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation or Organization for Breast Cancer Research and Awareness. So there you have those. There are a few left, I know, I think in the online store. We have a limited number of them. I wish we had a bunch more because it's the response has been good to them, but we have a limited number. So if you would like to do that, I know these, like I said, that's why they're a little more expensive for these than our normal mixes. Normally our mixes are $10 a bag. I think these are 15, but that's just because we know you all out there will be happy to give that donation. And that's the main idea behind this. So that's what that's about. So we have that out there. We also have another one. Now this is not a, I just want to show you. Look at these beautiful lucite, vintage lucite leaves and flowers. Look at that. And I call this a winter white kit because this reminds me of what the leaves look like in the winter, if there are any leaves on the trees. Or have you ever seen in winter, for those of you in nicer climates, you probably have never seen, but in winter, sometimes the ice accumulates on trees and it kind of falls off after a while if it warms up a little bit. So you can get ice that is shaped just like a leaf because it coated the leaf and froze to the leaf, and then it falls away, or the leaf falls away, and you're left with this image of the icy leaf. And that's what these remind me of. So I called them the winter white kit, or luxury bead blend, I'm sorry. It's not a full kit, but it is a bead blend. These will come in the same 2x3 bag. And those are also in the online store right now, ready for purchase if you would like any of those. Susan says, like Winter Fairy Queen or something. Exactly. Heidi says, love these and the last kit. Thank you so much. So, yeah. So, you know, cancer has touched our family. Andrew had cancer, which if you're new to us, you may not realize that. Andrew had skin cancer and has quite a large scar on his side from having the skin cancer cut away. My grandmother had cancer at one point that she was able to recover from, thankfully. And we've had my other aunt has been dealing with breast cancer. So we really, you know, it's something that's, you know, close to us, and we wanted to definitely give as much as we could. And it's hard for us to give monetarily, but we do often have beads around that we can, you know, use for that kind of purpose. So hopefully those will all sell out. I think they're really cool. And it's a pretty mix. Anyway. Okay, let me put these away. And let's put this aside and let's start taking a look at gemstones today. All right. I love gemstones, and one of the most requested gemstones lately ever is rose quartz. Now, first up, we have these rose quartz faceted barrels. I'm going to move this camera down because I think we can be a little bit lower. Susan lost both parents to esophageal cancer. I'm sorry about that, Susan. I don't think I realized that. Cancer is an awful, awful thing. And, you know, we've been fairly lucky in my family that the cancer, been able to deal with it and recover, but that's not always the case. And, you know, that can change at any moment. So we definitely, you know, my one aunt, she was hit really hard with breast cancer, and we definitely want to contribute as much as we possibly can. So these are rose quartz faceted barrels, or lanterns, as some people call them too. They are $20 a strand, and they are 10 millimeter. They're really pretty. Now, as you know, most phone cameras do not show pink very well. These are definitely more pink than I'm seeing on screen. And we think the reason for that is most cameras have sapphire or man-made sapphire glass, which has a blue tint. And I think the blue tint takes away a little bit from the pink. That's what Andrew came up with, and it makes sense to me. So these are $20 a strand. We only have a few strands available, so if you would like those, you can take a screenshot or just write down that they are the 10 millimeter rose quartz faceted barrels. All right. So there are those. Like I said, we're going to go a little quickly today, just because I do have some other things I will be doing from home. But we don't have any specific errands to run today, thankfully. Next up, more rose quartz. These are faceted rounds coming in at 12 millimeter. Really, really beautiful rose quartz faceted rounds, 12 millimeter. We have $28. $28 for the strand. And these are full strands. These are about 16-inch strands, 15 to 16-inch strands. And there those are. Staying a little bit in the pink theme, we have Peruvian pink opal chips coming in at 7 millimeter approximately. I think we just showed these recently, but I love them so much, I wanted to show them again. Peruvian pink opal chips. We only have 1 or 2 strands of these, I think, available. They're $25 a strand. And again, these are definitely more pink in person. There they look a little bit better, more closely resembling what they actually see. They're a little more pink in person than they look on screen to me. $25 for the strand. Susan says, rose quartz combines well with gray pearls. I agree. I agree. Here we have some gray, for example, just to show you. They look really good. I'm going to show you these in a little bit, but it does look good with gray. Pink and gray, very good combination. And sticking with the pink and the opals, again, we have pink opals. These are rounds at 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter pink opal rounds. And again, these look kind of yellowish on my screen. These are $14 a strand. Let me see if I put them here and see if they change a little bit. Sometimes on this green background, they look a little better, which is why I used it. But these are pink opal rounds. And again, they are 10 millimeter, $14 a strand. All right, next up, and one I think we've done fairly recently, but I just love them. They look so juicy. Peach Aventurine Smooth Rondelles, approximately 5 millimeter by 8 millimeter. Peach Aventurine Smooth Rondelles. Look how juicy those are. I love those. Now, these are $24 a strand. Nice long strand. So beautiful strand. This penny keeps disappearing under my ruler. Here we go. For those of you who like the penny, $24 a strand. Now remember, if you'd like to place an order for these, let me throw up, I almost forgot that. Let's throw up our email address there. You can send us an email with the screenshots in them or very good descriptions, or you can send us a message if you're on Facebook. All right. And do be sure to include, no matter how you're sending us information, please include your email address and your shipping address along with your requests. All right. And remember, if you send us a request for something, we are taking it that you want to purchase it. If you have things that you are just looking to see out of a long list that you might want, tell us the ones you definitely want, and then tell us the ones that we can use as a replacement if you don't get them, for example. Because if you send us something, I talked about this in the beginning, if you're just tuning in, you can do the rewatch. But if you're sending us a list of things, we are going to assume that you want to purchase that entire list. That's what this is about. All right. So these are Eagle Eye rounds coming in at 10 millimeter. They are smooth rounds. Look at that flash. They have that gorgeous luster and flash to them. And these are $20 a strand. Look at that. I love these. I don't know how we still have any of these. Super, super pretty. These are Eagle Eye, not Hawkeye. Eagle Eye. All right. Okay. And next up, we have some coated labradorite. Coated labradorite, beautiful. And I think these are 10 millimeter. These are 10 millimeter faceted rounds of coated labradorite. So you get that AB coating, plus you get the flash, the real interior flash of labradorite as well. So there you go. Look at that. Some of these, beautiful. Only $18 a strand. Only $18 a strand. I love these. There's Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia. Cynthia loves those too. Me too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, some people don't like stuff with coating, and I get it. You know, it's not natural, but there's so much that we use really that's not natural, right? Glass and vintage plastic. And so gemstones, when they're beautiful, right? Shouldn't matter what they look like or what's done to them. All right. Next up, we have some, quote, African turquoise, which is jasper. These are faceted rounds at 10 millimeter. This is a short strand. These are only $10 a strand. But just look. They call it African turquoise, which is a jasper. But look how beautiful those are. These faceted rounds. This is a half strand. Approximately should be about 8 inches. Yep, 8 inches. All right. And one of my favorite stones, because it's my birthstone, amethyst. So we have amethyst rounds. These are 10 millimeter amethyst rounds, and these are nice. Let me see. I gotta get let's get my light here again. I want to show you how beautiful this purple is. Check that out. Beautiful amethyst. And these are $28 for the 10mm rounds. Cynthia says, I know people that scoff at the coatings, but I have necklaces that have coatings and they travel the show circuit for years and look the same after being handled by hundreds of people over years. It's true, you know, you get a good coating and that coating is going to stay. It's going to stay and it's going to protect, and the beads are going to look great. Stamili is Aquarius. I'm a Piscean. And so Amethyst, that's my stone. That's my stone right there. I love these. And I think these are at an incredible price. Only $28 for that whole strand of beautiful amethyst at 10mm. And then if your thing is faceted, we have 12mm faceted amethyst. Let me hit the light on those too. Look at that. So 12mm faceted. Now I'm going to say the difference between the 10mm I had before and the 12mm here is not a lot. I think these were maybe 12mm before they were faceted. Let me just check here. No, these are about 12. They are showing 12. The rounds I had before. Okay, so these rounds were mismarked. These are 12mm. They're not the 10mm that I said. These are 12. These are also 12. All right. So you have the faceted and the smooth, both 12mm. Checking it on the, I'll have to re-tag those. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see. What else do I have here now? How about some tourmaline? Tourmaline 7mm tourmaline rounds. I don't know if the light's going to be good on these or worse. Tourmaline is one of those that sometimes light reflects funny off of. So these are beautiful in the sunlight. They're not looking so great under these overhead lights, but these are beautiful dark tourmaline. Beautiful color. $26 a strand for the 7mm tourmaline rounds. I wish I could show those better. I don't know if that helps at all. But there's some extra different light on. You can really see the colors pop, and in the sunlight, they pop really, really well. Yes, Karen's saying the flashlight showed pinky reds. There are some pinky parts of this. Like, look at this one. This one's kind of pinky red. Beautiful, beautiful tourmaline. Let's see, what else do we have? Next up, we have more tourmaline in a smaller size. So we have 6mm tourmaline rounds, and these are $11 a strand. And these are these aren't smooth rounds. These are a little bit, they almost look hand cut to me. So they do have some, they're not quite like this one. You can see it's not quite round. And there's some edges or facets on these, but they're kind of like they almost look like they were hand shaped to me. And these are only $11 a strand for the 6mm, and only a few of those in stock. Only a few of those in stock. All right. Next up, Morganite. Who doesn't love Morganite? Ever since I found out Morganite was a thing, I have loved it. Between Morganite and Kunzite, two of my favorites. These are Morganite Faceted Rondelles coming up, 12 millimeter by 8 millimeter, and they're $45 only for the strand. $45 only. Look at that beautiful, beautiful color. You got these beautiful pastels. I love pastels, which is probably why I love Morganite so much and Kunzite. But just look how beautiful those are. My phone's making lots of noises, so I got to turn that off. And then remember that I turned it off so that tomorrow I get phone calls at the store. Look at that. I love these greens. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Sylvia, I may want to combine the African turquoise with some that I have which are not coated. The ones you coated. I can't answer that because we weren't told, but I'm not sure if that's a coating or just the facets that are reflecting. There's no like A-B coating on these, so it's not like the Aurora Borealis coating where they're giving it a color. There may be a clear coat on these to protect them being a softer stone. So honestly, I can't tell you if there's a coating for sure on those. To me, it looks like there may be a clear coat on them, but it is not a coating that would that's giving any color. Okay, so mixed barrel, yes, or Morganite. Morganite, faceted rondelles, 12 by 8, $45 a strand if you're interested in those. Up next, let's get into some, I love me some pinks sometimes, and if you're looking at that pink kit we were doing earlier, you might want some other pinks. So I just grabbed a few kind of pinky and red stuff. This is pink coral. This is dyed pink coral. These are pink coral faceted rounds that have been dyed. And these are only $5 a strand, and I don't have many of them available. Karen, yes, probably you're saying the coating or stabilizer, probably in these African turquoise, that's what it is. It's a stabilization coating. All right. So these are dyed coral, faceted. I'm saying faceted rounds. They may not quite be round. They may be a slightly oval shaped, but great price, only $5. If you're looking for that color, that's a great way to go. All right. Size on the coral, let's see. Approximately 6 millimeters. 5 to 6 millimeter on the coral. On this coral, we have more. We have more. Next up, we have faceted rounds in coral, 3 millimeters, $10 a strand. These are smaller, 3 millimeter faceted coral, $10 a strand. Okay, beautiful deep red color on those. And then we have even smaller. We're going to 2 millimeter, I believe. Yes, 2 millimeter. Now this coral is reconstituted. This is reconstituted coral, 2 millimeter reconstituted coral. So it's coral that's been compressed and reconstituted into rounds. And these are only $4 for the strand at 2 millimeter. Beautiful red color on those. Okay. And then, kind of in that pinky orangey, we have some microfaceted dyed jade rondelles. These are dyed jade, dyed in this beautiful kind of pinky orange color, kind of creamsicle color. Only $6 for the full strand. You know, sometimes my favorites, sometimes they're dyed, sometimes, you know, there's nothing wrong with a dyed stone as long as that dye is not going to come off on you, right? And we try to make sure that that never happens. If we get stuff like that, we send it back, or, you know, it goes in our little kids treasure chest or something, right? But for your jewelry making, we try to make sure that that never happens to you. So these are all, the dye will stay. You shouldn't have any issues with dye leaking off, right? Next up, we have green garnet rough teardrops. I have shown these before. I don't know why we still have a strand left. I think they're so cool. Green garnet rough teardrops. I think this is the only strand left, so we have been selling them, but we have one strand still available. What you see is what you get on this one if you order it, and this is available for only $18. $18. I love rough cut kind of chunky stuff, and if you do too, I think these are gorgeous. I don't know if hitting them with the light will show you any more. That color's pretty vibrant as it is. They're not really showing much, but these are beautiful. And I do believe these, I don't know, I think they're just polished. I don't know, I was going to say they might have a coating, but I think they're just polished. So there you go. Green garnet, and only $18 for the strand. One strand available, one, just one. Next up, we're going to look at some Brazilian Amazonite. 10 millimeter Brazilian Amazonite. Gorgeous light blues. You can see kind of this color story. Most of these that I pulled have these beautiful light colors. These look like little planets to me. Every one of them looks like it could be a planet. Some with more water than others, some with more land than others, right? Only $16.25 for the whole strand. All right. And next, what's happening next? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We have aquamarine faceted tubes. Check these out. I love when you hit that light blue, that icy kind of, looks like the polar glacier blue, right? I love that when I see that in aquamarine. And this has no shortage of those moments. This is an interesting cut, Susan. I really, really like it. It's, as you can see, it's kind of on the triangle here, the way it's faceted. So it's tiny little kind of triangles. I love those. And this is only $24. I think that's the last strand we have available. Maybe one more, but I think that's it. I think we only have the one. So if you want it, send us that message or send us an email and let us know. Next up, black and white, mostly black and white. We have some just mixed agate, just called mixed agate. Don't ask me what kind of agate it is. It's all mixed agate. $18 for the strand. And these are approximately, I'm going to say 8 millimeter rounds. I only have this one strand of these, I believe. I just think it's really, really cool. Mixed agate, black and white mostly, some brown in there. $18 only for that strand. And then let's look at some shell and pearls. Now these are dyed. These are all dyed, and you're going to see that these are dyed. But this is dyed shell or mother of pearl. And we have this beautiful orange color. This is $8 only. $8 for the strand. This orange shell / mother of pearl. Beautiful. If you want the orange color, there it is. We might have a few of those left. I'm not sure. We at least have one. Then up next, we have the green variety. I love this bright green. It's limey green. Fall down. These are full strands. They're about 13 to 14 inch strands. And this is also $8. Susan says, I have that green. It's beautiful. Yes, it is. Karen says, copper looking. Yeah, the orange is kind of coppery. It has some copper moments in there, right? And let's see, what else do I have? How about some blister pearls? Everyone like blister pearls? Dyed freshwater blister pearls. These are $18 a strand. We have the purple. So these are blister pearls. The pearl starts forming and then part of it is also cut off. So it looks like, I don't know, blister. They call them blister pearls, right? For a reason. So there's the purple blister pearls, $18 a strand. And then we have some blue. Look at this color. Blue blister pearls. I think these are lovely, lovely. Just a gorgeous color. This would go spectacularly with some, gray pearls or some peacock pearls added to that. I think that would be beautiful. Put some labradorite in there or some copper, right? You do a lot of different things with that color. So there's that, $18 as well. And then the last color that I have remaining is this beautiful kind of cherry red. Cherry red. Look at how delicious those look. Those look like, they remind me of pomegranate seeds, right? Those look like pomegranate seeds. They look juicy to me. $18 for those. Karen says these are great for earrings and space out. It's true. Spacing them out, like if you're using a design, use a few, like a chunk of these and put them together maybe, and then some other beads and then another chunk of these. It really gives some interest to your design. All right. And then next up, we have, what's next? Tourmaline in quartz with the matrix, faceted barrels. Tourmaline in quartz with the matrix, quartz matrix. So you see some of those flashes of tourmaline in there. I don't know if the light will help us today here. Maybe. I don't know. There, maybe. You can see, look at those red tourmaline in there with the quartz matrix. And these are, what did I say? These are $25 per strand. And I think we only have 2 strands of these left. But I think they're so beautiful. And they look like they're heading into winter to me, right? Susan's talking about seasonally appropriate things here. I think these are definitely seasonally appropriate. I think this is definitely a kind of heading into winter color spectrum here. It does look like ruby and zoazite, but there's no zoazite, right? These are that, it's definitely in a quartz. Beautiful. All right, so that's that. Then we have, what do we have here? How about some black tourmaline? Y'all love black tourmaline. I know we love it too. These are approximately 14 by 20 millimeter top drilled rough cut teardrops of black tourmaline. And I love how they've flattened them so they're pretty flat on the sides, right? On the faces for the most part, right? And there's some facets, but generally they're pretty flat on the sides, and then you have the rough edges. Black tourmaline, $40 a strand. I think we only have 1 or 2 strands of those, right? $40 a strand. All right. And then turquoise graduated discs. Check these out. So you have the small turquoise spacer, kind of nuggets in there, and then you have the larger turquoise that has some green and some blue and a lot of that black, right? The black matrix, which I think is really cool. I love these strands so much. These came from a old stock dealer, and we got these from them. Hue Bay turquoise, beautiful turquoise. These are $52 a strand, and I probably have at least 5 of these strands available. All right, $52 a strand. Next up, Phantom Quartz. Phantom Quartz graduated drops. Check these out. I have 2 strands of these available. Phantom Quartz. These are graduated drops. Kind of see the shape on these, right? They are stunning. I just get mesmerized looking into these. And these are $96 for the strand. Reminds me of an aquarium. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So $96 a strand. These are a nice high-end or higher-end stone. Beautifully clear, that Phantom Quartz. Love those. Send us a message or an email if you'd like them. And the last thing I'm going to show you today is some beautiful sapphire. We have 8 by 5 millimeter faceted rondelles in blue sapphire. Beautiful blue sapphires. These are not coated. That is that hard sapphire sparkle. And I don't know if I can get a better light on these. Sometimes this light looks there. You can see some of that, right? There's some of that nice blue color in there. Beautiful strand of sapphires. They give you that beautiful blue color and also that beautiful hard sparkle when you need it, right? Sometimes you need a little bit of flash, and sapphires are perfect for that. This sapphire strand is only $55. These are beautiful sapphires for $55. I think these are from when Cynthia went to Tucson and we were shopping over FaceTime with her. She got us some amazing deals. So we're able to offer this full sapphire strand for $55. And we have, I think, 2 of these strands remaining. So if you like that, make sure you let us know. Be the first to get in on it. All right. Okay. All right. That is it for me today. Let me flip this camera around here a little bit. Raise it up. Flip it around. Maybe camera. Change to the front camera. There we are. And hello, everyone, again. So that's it for me today. Those are some of my recent favorites from our physical store. So I hope you like those. If you liked anything, please, if you would like to purchase, send us a message with a screenshot of it. You can watch the replay to get those screenshots if you need to, or send us a description using the descriptions I gave you, and pricing helps as well. So thank you all so very much. Heidi's asking how the table building is going. We'll probably show you more on that once it's done, but it's going well. It's going well. We were up at Star Cottage for a number of hours last night, and Andrew went back afterwards, I think, to do some more work while I went to bed. So definitely going well. We're painting the table now. We have it mostly built. But yeah, we'll show you a little bit more from Star Cottage as we finish a few more projects up there too. So thank you all for tuning in today. And if you have any questions, feel free to message us if you're on Facebook, or send us an email if you're out there on YouTube, or you can always send us an email even if you're on Facebook. And we'll get back to you. Generally, we try to reply within 24 to 48 business hours. And if you don't hear back from us, send us another message in another way, possibly, if you can, just in case the other message went to some weird spam or weird folder, okay? So thank you all so very much. Loreth is asking what type of pearls were the blue ones. They are blister. Yes, Heidi, thank you for answering. They are blister pearls. All right. So again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for all of your support. You know, Allegory Gallery, we've been doing this for 10 years. We've had our store. Andrew's been in the bead business a lot longer than that. But we just want to thank you all out there. Some of you have been with us that entire time, so we really do appreciate it. We thank you for your support. Thank you for helping us to grow. The more you purchase from us, hopefully you like the quality we send out your way and the prices. And the more you purchase from us, the more we can keep doing and growing and offering new and better things for all of you out there. All right. So thanks again. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'm going to go home and get something to eat. All right. Bye now, everybody. Have a great one.